Welcome back. Woo! This crystal loving. We're not doing that primary school shit here, babe. He's my favourite police officer in the world at the minute. After such a steamroller of an episode last week that received over 30 views, which is probably the most I've ever got. I think it was because I called it Incel Swan, which that came to me in a dream because swans are pussies. So I'm going to get things started off real quick with a little news story that I've just seen. Apparently some yoga teacher was doing a little class, had loads of old people stretching and under blankets, and some dog walkers called the police because she thought there was some sort of murder ritual going on. And, let's be honest, that is like the final achievement of all yoga instructors. That's what they all strive to do, is to be a leader of some sort of cult where people kill themselves on command. Looking at the girl on this picture, oh gosh, I'd let her murder my entire immediate family. She should teach me a little bit of downward dog. The yoga is all about getting your body as close to death as possible without killing yourself. You know that this crystal loving, cat food eating whore has had the best day of her life, that people think that she's killing people. I'm happy for her. Like I said, please come and kill this boner. But that gets me really geared up. And this yoga teacher as well was a teacher. All right, not a yoga teacher. I think she did this as a little hobby, but she was teaching children maths and English. This isn't a new opinion or anything like that. I'm not breaking any new ground saying this, but I don't. It's not that I hate teachers or people that teach. They're always so boring. I mean, a teacher. I went on one date with this primary school teacher, and God, oy vey, she was. I was just trying to have a little bit of fun where you insult someone, like flirting, like call someone a fucking retard. We were getting some drinks, right? This is when I was drinking. We're at the bar. She was like, "Oh, I can't drink vodka. I only do Aperol spritz." And not even like an insult or anything. I just said, "Oh, we're not doing that primary school shit here, babe." I don't even want to say the facial expressions that she was giving me. They discipline children all day, and they try and bring that into the real world. These teachers, pathetic, adult behavior. So I'll never. I mean, a lot of people on like Twitter and that say stuff like the ick. I think that's a popular word. Saying that gives me the ick. It sounds like an STD. It sounds like schmegma or something like that. The ick. But yeah, being a teacher gives me that. So I'll never. Oh, I just had to fart. But God, if this yoga teacher is a real teacher, nice. That's all I'll say. And of course, I'd throw all of that out the window if this girl approached me and asked me on a date. I'd be the teacher's number one mascot. I'd be striking with them and all sorts. This brings me on to my next little subject. These videos that I've been watching on YouTube, right? I spend most of my Sunday watching them, and they're like 2 hours long of these police interrogations. You might have seen them. Basically, it's children mostly who have murdered somebody, and not all of them are guilty sometimes, but most times they are. Yeah, it's got this narrator who's got a really deep voice, and he psychoanalyzes everything, and it gets fucking boring. I have friends like this that psychoanalyze things, and everything is a fucking childhood thing or a fucking like they're over therapizing. It's like obviously the you can watch the video back and look that he's fiddling with his fucking water bottle and that he's lying. All right, dude, well done. But would you have known that if you didn't know the actual results of the actual case? Oh. I really watch it because of the interrogations. The police are the funniest people in the world. The way that they act in the interrogations. I've got to show some clips of some of these guys because, geez Louise. But this first one is magical. I mean, it's not even important what's really happened. But basically, this group of 5, I think, planned to kill one of the girls' ex-boyfriend. But I just can't stop laughing at this. It's out. And then when she goes, yeah. Yeah. The 3 years. The 3 years. Let's hear that back again, man. Everything about this is great. Should we get a yeah?
It's out. You brush your teeth, right? Yeah. No toothpaste, no black, right? Yeah. You ever mashed it? Yeah. You ever try to put it back in there? Can't go back in. Can't.
That is the fucking funniest thing I've seen in a long time. Honestly. I mean, he's like doing theater in front of this girl, like he's fucking had like 9 grams of cocaine straight to the dome. That handshake, it's like when you're like talking to your friend about something crazy, and you're like, yes, bring out the handshake, and she's like breaking down in front of him. Your life's over. Shake my hand, your life's over. Can't go back in. Can't go back in. You're doing 20 years.
And whoever's sitting over here, I just start beating the hell out of him. Aren't you know what's going on? You never said that. You know why? You know why? Why? Something might happen. Exactly.
Ah, woohoo! He pulled this bitch down the river, son. I mean, I just loved the way that he fell back in his chair and just put his hands like this, and he just knew that he had Charlie Eli wrapped up like a fucking mummy. I want to kill someone just to speak to this guy. I'm going to be honest, guys. Fuck, I bet this guy's an alcoholic. Truly, I bet this guy shows up every day to work, blitzed out of his mind, just thinking that he's the smartest person in the world. You know, tripping up teenagers on the way they speak. Because I'm going to be honest, he's my favorite police officer in the world at the minute. I mean, I constantly have a table where, you know what, I mark up all my favorite police officers, you know, and he's at the top of the minute. A lot of parallels to being a teacher and outsmarting a 15-year-old and thinking that you're the fucking dude. Beautiful. It must be so funny just smushing down little teenagers. It's like, this is all what I'm saying, that teachers have this sort of euphoria when a kid spells something wrong. It's like watching those pedophile videos where, you know, the pedo hunters. There's something about watching them where it's like a feeling of like, oh my God, their life's over. It makes you feel a lot better about your own life. Fuck, I've not been outside for 2 days. This guy is fucking a pedophile though, so I guess I'm doing all right. This is a different one, and it's a young man who was at his friend's house. So there's 4 of these lads that got brought into the police station. He's gone back to his parents' house at like 6 in the morning with everyone to go play with them. They're all teenagers. Both his mum and his dad are shot in the head, and his 2 little brothers have been shot in the head. Goes through it and stuff, and it's the kids whose parents it were who's done it. He was like, honestly, he's so intelligent and mature for his age. Halfway through, they switched and they're like, you did it. Tell us that you did it. You know, tell us why you did it. All right, you know, maybe you're not some cold-hearted killer. All right, maybe they abused you or something. And this kid is like, no, they'd never abused me. They were hard on me, but they're like every parent, you know. And as it's going on, it's like clearly says in the title, cold-blooded teenager murders his whole family. And like I'm watching it, I'm like, this guy didn't do it. They are gonna get the wrong guy here. There's obviously some sort of robber that's come in and killed his whole family. He has no sort of emotion. The fact that all his immediate family is being murdered. He has a Burger King. He doesn't cry until the end when he admits it, and he even has a sleep, which is just such big dick energy. And you can tell the fucking fat, overweight cop just loved this little kid to death. It was just wild thinking. Like at 15, I was just like, fuck. I was just slurring people on Xbox, bro. But gosh, that the same kid that killed him, that I'm kind of fucking rooting for halfway through this, he's still in jail. And when it came to the sentence, he's killed his whole family. His grandparents actually wrote to the court trying to get him leniency because they thought, because they said that his dad was a little bit abusive. They used to hit him and that. So, I'm not the only one that thinks this kid's a superstar. Put it that way. But he started to set up a dating profile. And I'm gonna be honest, he's pretty hot as well. So I might see if I can match with him. But the headline was like, man who murdered entire family pens creepy dating profile. And I read it, right? I don't have to go to bat for this kid anymore. I already have, but go on Tinder and have a look at some of the fucking mulch that kids are writing as their Tinder profile. This guy, right, he wrote, he's got a gallows sense of humor. All right, that's pretty piratey. All right, that he sounds a little bit like a 14th century sea captain. But come on, that's not creepy. It would be creepy if he said, I like to kill people and eat them. You go look at some of these goons. You can just imagine. Girls, I'm pretty sure don't watch this, but look through your Tinder. I'm pretty sure you'll find somebody who's a lot creepier than the guy that has murdered his entire family. Yeah, I'm so frightened. It's so warm in here, and it's like 20. How hot is it? It's like 25 degrees in here. All right, so that's hot for a little white boy. But I've had to close all the windows because I'm so frightened. If there's a dog walker walking past, that it's going to be in the news, mistaken in something else for a murder ritual.